ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our Jupiter transit in the sign of Aquarius in 2021. And this is for Taurus Ascendant people. Okay. And just know that this is not going to apply to everybody because we don't know what dasha you're going through. We don't know your chart individually. So again, transit may or may not apply to all of them, all the people. Okay. But there's subtle things that people will experience. You know, with Jupiter being in the 10th house for Taurus Ascendant people, you know, and as you know, Jupiter is going to be in Aquarius in the second week of April, all the way till like September of this year, and then it retrogrades back into Capricorn. It's going to start retrograding in June. So here, one thing we see with Jupiter, Jupiter is a benefic planet. So naturally, it always wants to give good results, but especially for certain ascendant, like Taurus, it rules the 8th house and the 11th house. 11th house, as much as a house of gains and fulfillment of desires, it's also the Trik lord. Trik, the easiest way to learn Trik houses, which is 3, 6, and 11th house, is the word trick. Trik meaning trick. They trick you into something. Meaning, 11th house will trick you into thinking that gains and money and all kinds of material wealth is the only way. Fame is the only way for you to just find God and find fulfillment. And once you get all that, you absolutely cannot stand what you have created. You can't stand that monster. So it tricks you. So here with Jupiter transiting your 10th house, one thing we see is that definitely there's a transformation that happens in management at your work. So there could be a change of management at work. Your authorities will suddenly be transformed. Jupiter, at the same time, will give your professional network circles a better opportunity in their career. Like, for example, when Jupiter enters the 10th house, you will see that some of your colleagues will attain a higher accolades in their life. This is also the period that any suggestion, any advice that you get from an elder sibling, you should listen to that advice. In this particular transit, you will also find very unorthodox, very out-of-the-box teacher, counselors, and advisors in your career. And especially when Jupiter goes retrograde, those advices will be very unorthodox. They'll be like, very outcast type advices. Now, will those advice work or not? Well, that we have to look at on a personal level, that what dasha is operating and how Jupiter, is behaving in your 10th house. Because for 10 Taurus Ascendant people, Jupiter is going to be giving 10 different results. But one thing you will also see is that your counselors and advisors, and especially managers, will spy on you. They will spy on you. So especially at work, you want to behave. Especially nowadays, whatever website you're logging on, if you're logging onto your social media a little too much, first of all, you shouldn't be logging on at all at work. It should be done on your own smartphone. But you want to make sure that, you do things properly at work, especially when it comes to dealing with digital gadgets, because you could be spied on with an authority. And Jupiter also does bring in a lot of gatherings within the home and family. Jupiter, on the other hand, also helps you to decrease your debts. And you will also see, especially either some of your bosses or elder sibling will invite you to go to a musical concert. And that will happen most definitely when it goes retrograde. And when it goes retrograde and they invite you to some concert, because since the world is now opening up, at least here in Texas, it's opened up. Everything is open. There's no mandate of mask. There's like no limited seating. It's all open. So in a way, if let's say there's a concert, if you're in Texas and your boss invites you to some concert or elder something, go to it. It will kind of like help you to enhance your career, because some of the conversations you may get into during that time, can help you in your career. Now, of course, if you're in some other country like Europe, that's probably not going to happen because everything is going to be closed even in 2021. So you want to look for that. But, this is a very neutral transit. It's nothing spectacular. It's also nothing that you have to worry about. Because Jupiter's transformation will always be positive. Its transformation rarely becomes negative, unless, of course, certain points that it's receiving. Parashtak Varga. If there's another planet that Jupiter is going over, those things become kind of important to observe. And also, one thing you will see, your mother or somebody in your family may be buying a property and a home during this time period. Not specifically you, it could be you, but most likely it'll be either the mother or somebody within your home and your family that's going to purchase a property. Okay, so guys, this is my analysis of Jupiter in the 10,000 Aquarius in terms of transits. And if you're new to my channel, subscribe below so you don't miss this type of videos. And if you want to know everything about your horoscope, consultations, books, check out the links here. And remember, my book, Nakshatras at the Speed of Light, it's going to be coming out on May 14th of this year. But it's going to be surprisingly be released at any given moment now to my students on my academy. Okay. So anyway, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.